All right, so going over homework from yesterday, major mistake on my part. Change number 10 to that. That way you'll get a better answer. You'll get 1/2 as an answer, as opposed to some crazy number. Number 5. Let's look at number 5. Okay, so x equals 6, but remember that was for the inverse, not for the f. So I'm going to do the little table thing, because I think maybe it's just me, but it helps me keep up with who goes where, because there's x's and y's and derivatives for inverses and for originals, and it's got numbers flying everywhere, and so you need some way to keep up with things. So I think a little table helps me a lot anyway. So x equals 6, but that's for the inverse. X equals 6 is for the inverse. I would like to know the derivative of the inverse there, but I can't take the direct route. I've got to go this backup way and get all the way around to there. These are reciprocals, so if I can get this derivative, then I'll just flip it over to get the answer I'm looking for. All right, so if x is 6 for the inverse, that means y is 6 for the original. And now I need to figure out what the x is. So 6 equals x cubed over, x cubed minus 4 over x. When we give you these, we're going to give you ones that you can figure out pretty straightforward what the x is. This one looks complicated, but if you just try some things, if we try 1 minus 4, that wouldn't work. If we try 2, that would be 8 minus 2, that would be 6. Okay, so guess and check. The ones on the test are not guess and check ones. You can find them more directly. One of them's trig, so you got to know your trig, but it's not, let me guess until something works. You'll be able to solve for x. All right, so x is 2 for the f function. So now I need the derivative of f at 2. I'll flip it over, and that'll be my answer. I don't like x in the denominator, so I'm going to change that to x to the negative 1 so I don't mess up taking its derivative. So f prime is 3x squared plus 4x to the negative 2. If I want to rewrite that, that'd be 3x squared plus 4 over x squared. And if I evaluate that at okay, so where we get confused sometimes. Not at 6, but at 2, because I'm on f, not the inverse. So I want to evaluate it at 2. That'll tell me the derivative of the function, and then I'll flip it over to get the derivative of the inverse. So 3 times 2 squared plus 4 over 2 squared. That would be 12 plus 1 is 13. If I flip it over, I get 1/13, and that's what we said the answer was yesterday. So just a lot of little pieces to keep up with. Again, until I started doing this little table thing a few years ago, it was hard to keep up with things. I think that's a big help to help keep your information organized, because there's potentially 6 different numbers there to keep up with and know what each means. Other questions, or are we good on this? Do another one if we need to, but we can also move on to review stuff. All right, we'll move on to review stuff then.